So welcome back to our latest crash course. My name is Jim Schultz. I'm going to be your tour guide for this 5-episode crash course on all things rolling. Now, my objective with these 5 episodes, I want this to be your one-stop shop when it comes to all things rolling. Now, one thing to keep in mind before we get going, all 5 episodes, they are meant to be consumed together. They are meant to be consumed effectively at one time because the content is going to build on each other. Like the content is going to be very continuous from one episode to the next. So keep that in mind as you're working through the material. That's right. This is going to be 5 episodes. And the 5 episodes are going to be episode number 1, this episode. We're going to define what a roll is. Episode number 2, we're going to roll defined risk strategies. Episode number 3, we're going to roll undefined risk strategies. Not surprisingly, episode number 4, we're going to talk about adjusting our profit targets after we've rolled. And then episode number 5, which I think might be the most valuable episode inside the whole course, it's going to be rolling FAQ. So without further ado, let's do it, man. Let's dive into episode number 1 on rolling, and let's define what a roll is. All right, so to kick things off, I want to start with some basic rolling terminology. In the world of options, man, there are so many things going on. There are so many different moving parts that just being able to keep up with the conversations, just being able to understand the terminology, man, that is more than half the battle. We'll get into the specific strategies and all those things in later episodes, but here are the most important rolling terms that you want to become familiar with. So starting with rolling out, this is maybe the most common type of roll, and it simply refers to moving the position from the current cycle to some later cycle. So adding time to the trade. Now that added time, it could be a couple of days, it could be a couple of weeks, it could be a couple of months, whatever. But rolling out is always adding time. Sometimes rolling out is also referred to as rolling forward. Next up, we've got rolling up and rolling down. These simply refer to changing the strike price or prices of your position and moving up the option chain to some higher number or down the option chain to some lower number. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a call or a put. If you move a 100 strike to 105, that's rolling up. If you move a 100 strike to 95, that's rolling down. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, interestingly, the last one, rolling in. This is not the opposite of rolling out, as we never reduce the time in a trade by adjusting expirations. Instead, rolling in refers to moving the strike closer to the current stock price. Again, calls or puts, it doesn't matter. If a stock is trading at 50, let's say, and you roll your 40 strike to 45, that would be rolling it in. Or with that same stock trading at 50, if you roll your 60 strike to 55, that would also be rolling in. You're bringing the strike closer to the action of where the stock currently is in both situations. All right, so now that we're familiar with some rolling terminology, let's go ahead and define what a roll is to begin with. Like, we probably should have led with this, to be honest. But a roll is nothing more than closing the current position and reestablishing a new position that is slightly different. Now, that slight difference, it could come in the form of, the same strikes in a later expiration, that would be rolling out. It could be new strikes in the same expiration, that would be like rolling up or rolling down or rolling in. And of course, you could do both. Like, you could roll out and up. You could roll out and down. You could roll out and in. These are all examples of what a roll actually is. So when it comes to our rolled trades, technically, these are 2 separate, 2 independent trades, but we don't normally look at them that way. We kind of view them within the same trade package, so to speak. This is helpful because it gives our original hypothesis more time to be proven correct, and it allows us to lean into something that you hear us say on the network all the time: duration over direction. Now, either way, regardless of how you view it mentally, or regardless of how you actually roll your position, whether it be rolling it out or rolling it in or staying in the same cycle or going out to a new cycle or whatever, one thing you have to be very, very aware of and you have to recognize is your mark price. The current price of the rolled strategy is going to change once you make that roll. Let me show you what I mean. Suppose you have a short put in Apple at the 160 strike that you originally sold for $2 when Apple was sitting at 175. Now Apple is also at 160, so your strike is being tested. And so your option is now selling for a $5 mark. Thus, you have a $3 loss on your hand. So you might want to roll this option to the next cycle. Suppose that in doing so, without changing strikes or adding anything else at all, just the same strategy, you would be able to bring in a credit of $4, which that might be a little bit high, but I want to keep the numbers different inside the example so you can more easily follow what's going on. If you did this, this would bring your total credits to $6, which is great. But once this position moves out to the next cycle, its mark will no longer be $5. It will be more than $5 because the options have more time associated with them by being in the next cycle. In fact, the mark will be higher by the amount of the credit that you rolled for because that's where the credit roll comes from, which simply means you still have some work to do to bring the position back to profitability. And again, lean on duration over direction. All right, so I don't know, guys. I think that's pretty good for episode number 1. Nothing crazy, right? Just a light little warm-up set to kind of set the stage for what is coming on down the chutes. Now we understand some rolling basics. Now we understand some rolling terminology, and we have a foundation to segue right into episode number 2, which is going to be rolling defined risk strategies. Guys, if I can ever help you, remember, you can always reach out to me via email. I'm Jay Schultz. Connect on Twitter. I am at jschultzf3. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, but I will see you guys in episode number 2, rolling defined risk strategies.